Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye has friends. No, really, Jeff has friends. Jeff's friends are on this podcast. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship.
Friendship.
100 weeks of Jeff Dye bringing you his friends, sometimes people you already met, sometimes new friends, sometimes people I'm making friends with on the first time I'm meeting them. But the important thing is, friendship is magic, friendship is key, friendship is it's risky sometimes, but it's always a wise move in my opinion. That's why I decided to do this podcast 100 weeks ago, to bring you guys all this kind of positivity and friendship and silliness, and sometimes we share things we shouldn't, and sometimes we say things that are wrong, but most of the time we're right. I'd say we're probably right 99% of the time, and when we're wrong, we still had intended for it to be right. It's been a fun 100 weeks. We love you guys. Big thank you to All Things Comedy. Big thank you to, trying to think, there was a different place that was hosting us for a minute that I kind of forgot. Revolver. Thank you to Revolver for the time you were with us. Big thank you to, like I said, All Things Comedy, all the sponsors we've had during the times. Not many, but if you were one of them, we appreciate you. The biggest thank you goes to all the Patreon subscribers who are able to make this possible for us. We really, 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 really appreciate you guys helping us out. If you'd like to be a Patreon subscriber, go to patreon.com/Jeff Dye, and then you can subscribe there, and you can watch these each Wednesday right fresh off the button. This week we decided for the 100th episode, we're going to take you down the last 100 weeks. We're going to give you a top 10 list of our favorite moments or the ones that stuck out in our mind, and let's just get into it. Number 10 of our list. Drum roll. It's the best I can do. That's all I got. Don't have a lot of rhythm, and it's shaking the camera. Number 10, our good friend Pat Finn, hilarious improviser, hilarious comedian, hilarious actor, talented guy, great dad, great husband. I love this guy with all of my soul, and I love his family, Donna, Ryan, the whole family. I love them all. He shared a story on the podcast when he was here about his athletic abilities. All right, I knew all those other things, but this showcased how talented he was. Playing football, and how he'll commit no matter what to making that play. Roll that footage.
Oh, wow.
Soccer, rugby, golf, hockey.
Yeah.
You played baseball?
A little bit. It's one sport I didn't play a ton of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played 1 year Little League, and that was it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It wasn't, I don't know why, it wasn't that big where we were for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, well, I also worked in the summer, so.
That could be.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had a caddy, so I couldn't.
Baseball is such a poor kid sport. That's why I liked it. I mean, I think that's why I was so into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw it around.
Totally.
Yeah, it's easy.
Even more is, I don't think they have it anywhere other than Chicago and parts of Indiana, but when we were kids, we played 16-inch softball.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I played in a league here for just one game.
Oh,
I
did you?
filled
Okay.
in for someone,
But no
but
man.
they called it Chicago-style softball.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's crazy. I mean, there's a line like out the emergency room door of just jam fingers. There's just every game you just go, oh, we jam that.
Wait, so is this like
It's so fun,
it's
but
not
what
like
makes
it's
it...
not slow pitch.
It is slow pitch, so there's an arc to the ball.
Okay,
But the ball's like this big.
it's
wow.
it's like a big grapefruit. And I think from what I understand, the reason they did it was because
Nobody admits.
if you didn't
Right.
have to spend money on a mitt. Also in Chicago, there wasn't a lot of space. So you could put 4 diamonds in a park and the ball doesn't go super far.
right.
You can wallop this thing, and it's just like a sack full, a can of corn.
Yeah.
And they just
It
to
is.
get you out.
It's a weird.
Oh, wow.
I mean, sometimes guys can connect with like a perfect swing, but
Oh,
it's,
so in the game I played, I crushed one over all their heads, but I'm not as quick as you would assume I'd be. So I got like a triple out of it. And
Okay.
everyone's like, dude, you hit that so far. How did you not
yeah.
get a home run? I was like, oh, and they're giving me a hard time. And then my next at bat, they just scooted back 50 feet.
Yeah.
Right. And they caught me out every
No,
time.
of
And everyone's
course.
like, hit it on the ground or like poke it through but like my ego was
Yeah,
just
what?
too big.
No,
I was like,
come
no,
on.
man. You saw
No.
the first one?
Yeah, I'm here for some
Yeah, you
rips,
saw the
bro.
first one. You were here for that.
Yeah.
That's a serious triple.
We need fences is what we need. Don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a home run fence so I can just ding these
But
over.
that's a great game. And then you could play like with all the 20 somethings when they graduate or go into the city and have all these crummy jobs. There's always co-ed softball, so it's like the big thing. And then they go back.
Oh, yeah.
They're sponsored by a bar, and then they go back to the
Right.
bar. And they we played one year and we were awful. We were horrible. We were like by far the worst team in the league. And so then there's the playoffs, and now you play the best team in the league. But hey, everybody's 0-0.
Yeah.
And we actually it was like 10-10 on the bottom of the ninth. So like, wow,
it's a real game.
so it's bases loaded, 2 outs, their team's up, and the ball comes right at me. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And you're kind of just running, and the ball's kind of moving, and you're
Yeah.
trying to run as fast as you can. And I'm like, I think I got to leg this out and do a dive. So I dove. And I was going to be a stuntman after college. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's in you.
Yeah. So I don't mind it.
You
at
don't
all.
mind it. Here it comes.
So I dove and just went boom and caught it and just rolled perfectly and just kind of rolled, kind of tuck and rolled
Yeah.
around but heard a little bit of a snap.
Uh-oh.
And I was
no.
like, hey,
That's like
but I've never broken anything in my life. So I was like, oh, whatever. And
How'd you hear that snap over all the people cheering?
the raucous applause.
Yeah. And then people waiting for the next game.
That's it. Yeah, and your teammates, and that's about it.
No, so we went to extra innings. And the only reason I bring the story up is because we lost by like 17.
Oh,
And-
no.
No, it's okay. It's funny with the podcast, like there's no proof of it. Like, yeah, we won by 9.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
had like an 11
There's
grade.
no homework.
No,
Yeah, there's no
exactly.
research. I can't look this up.
No, totally. And so we went to the bar afterwards, and I probably had 2 or 3 beers, and I was like, wow, it still hurts a
Oh, no.
lot. And I was like, and usually in rugby, it was kind of like, there's not a lot of doctors in rugby, but it was always after 2 or 3 beers, if it still hurts, maybe something's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I went over to Northwestern, which is a pretty big hospital, pretty major hospital in the city. And I went over, and the nurses, okay, you're over there. It's triage. And I told them what happened. And this doctor comes out like 20 minutes later. He's like, all right, what do we got? And he was like totally like a Hollywood type, young
He's on
doctor.
cocaine. What do we got?
Exactly.
Totally Hollywood
A lot
type.
of sniffing.
Yeah, hey, what do you got there? You got a broken arm? We're gonna rotate a couple.
Nobody did. She goes, all right, we've got, it was something like a black eye, and then we've got twisted ankle. He was stabbed in the thigh.
Oh, God.
Gunshot wound. Possible points to me. Possible broken clavicle. And 3 more things. And I'm just like, wow. I'm literally kind of like sizing myself up. I'm like, all right, now I'm 7.
I'm definitely
okay, I'm
last.
definitely 8. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm behind. The sore throat lady.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden he turns around and he goes, okay, let's clavicle, what's up? How'd you do that? And they go, which is so Chicago, because
interesting.
Yeah.
they talk to you like by what you ordered.
Yeah.
Hey, extra ketchup. You want fries?
Clavicle.
Like, it's just- so he goes, clavicle. I go, yeah. And he goes, what happened? I go, I was playing softball and I dove for a ball and kind of caught it and rolled over and put us into extra innings. I was the worst against the best. And he goes, nice. You caught it? I go, yeah. You're not BSing me. You caught it? And I go, yeah. And he goes, all right, I'm starting with clavicle, then I go to gunshot.
That's
then I go to I
amazing.
kid you not. And I go in, he goes, you're not lying to me. I go, no, I'm not going to lie to you. I caught the ball.
That was my defining
It
moment.
was. So this will be on a podcast someday.
That's
I know, isn't
incredible.
that such a...
I like how alpha male he is.
Yeah.
You caught it? All right, you're first. What?
Gunshot, hang in there.
Yeah, I
hang in there,
I
gunshot.
caught a bullet from a gang member. Yeah, you didn't really catch it. Anyone can do that. I see these every day.
That caught you. You
Yes,
didn't catch it. Yeah.
Different type of
Yeah.
catching.
Yeah, big whoop. I see these every day. Like we're
Yeah.
Chicago's gangs here.
Yeah, this
this
guy's
guy,
MVP
This
over
guy's
here.
a legend.
This guy, yeah.
Did he tell you it was the bottom of the ninth?
Yeah.
Two.
It was a tie game.
For an extra
That was going to be a
innings.
walk-off.
Right.
That was going to be a walk-off hit right there. You saved the game.
How about that? And that's the thing. In where Pat grew up, they called softball football. That's just a thing. You know how Europeans are always calling football? They're calling soccer football. It's all jimbled. And where Pat grew up, that's what he called football, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. It's not like I screwed it up introducing it. It's that's what Pat calls it. And he might not have called it in the clip, but trust me, I'm friends with him. You're not. Number 9, very great director, Robert Luketic, who cast me in a film to play Anna Camp's husband. He's very known for his rom-coms, very funny guy, or he makes a lot of funny movies. He's a very talented, director and producer and writer, and he also is a pilot, we found out. But this clip is to show you all the nice things he said about me, because it's my 100th episode. He wasn't here all 100. So this is all the gushing, kind things that Robert Luketic had to say about me.
I just got to tell listeners, you're actually a really good actor.
Thank you.
Friendship.
Thanks for being on the pod, Robert. It's heartwarming. Very beautiful stuff. Number 8. Nick Greco, one of my funniest friends who isn't a stand-up comedian. Great guy. Love this dude. He is the Cubs fan numero uno, in my opinion, out of all the people I know, which is going to break Aaron Marsh's heart to hear that. But I'm giving Nick Greco numero uno on being a Cubs fan. This guy loves the Cubs. But what I like most about him is he's kind of a historian about baseball. He knows a lot of stuff, and we share a very funny story here about Tommy Lasorda losing his mind, which in today's baseball would have totally got him fired. Anyways, enjoy that clip. I want to try something that we've never tried on the podcast. Can you play the audio of a YouTube video?
Sure.
While we're recording, you'll be able to pick it up?
Yeah.
All right, type in.
Oh no, I already know what's happening.
It's incredible. It's one of my favorite things.
Type in Tommy Lasorda.
No, Aaron.
Jesus.
Also, way to spoil. You're the worst.
All right, what are we doing here?
Here, let
Can
me
we edit
search
that
it.
out? Can we just? Can we believe what we say?
So,
Also, that's the first time my family's ever heard me say.
Oh, they're gonna say Tommy Lasorda.
No, they've heard me say that.
Oh, okay.
That's the word I normally use when I try to say.
all right.
that
So
one.
the story with this is Tommy Lasorda was accused of being the one who gave the signal to the pitcher to plunk a guy, which Tommy Lasorda is not happy to be accused by Bavacqua of being of doing that. So he not only accused Tommy Lasorda of giving the signal to be plunked, but he called him a fat little Italian. And so then at the press conference, right after he finds this out, this is what he replied.
What year is this?
In the 90s or the 80s.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it. It's incredible.
Oregon leading.
Tell you what I think about it. I think that is very, very bad for that man to make an accusation like that. That is terrible. I have never, ever, since I've managed, ever told a pitcher to throw at anybody, nor will I ever. And if I ever did, I certainly wouldn't make him throw at a fucking 130 hitter like LaFay or fucking Bavacqua, who couldn't hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat. And I guarantee you this, when I pitched and I was going to pitch against a fucking team that had guys on it like Bavacqua, I sent a fucking limousine to get the cocksucker to make sure he was in the motherfucking lineup, because I kicked that cocksucker's ass any fucking day in a week. He's a fucking motherfucking big mouth, I'll tell you that.
That's it.
I miss those kinds of things.
Unbelievable.
And I like the applause he got.
Well, yeah, this is the press. Like,
Because the press is
laughing.
like, thank God, not a just generic comment from a manager.
Well, because he did
No, we'll get him
start-
tomorrow.
Yeah, it started generic, like,
Yeah.
well, I think it's very bad.
They're like, oh, and you see all the reporters like, oh God, not another one of these.
snooze.
Yeah. And you're like writing cocksucker. Like, what?
Yeah. That would never fly in a zillion
And that's
years.
back. They're not typing. They're trying to do like the shorthand. Like, how do I shorthand
amazing.
cocksucker?
It's insane.
Motherfucker.
You would be fired if you said that as a coach. You would be fired.
Yeah.
For sure. You wouldn't be like written up or suspended or anything like that just to keep saying cocksucker. Also, the best line in that, in my opinion, is he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat is incredible.
What was the limousine ref? what?
He'd send him a limousine just to make sure he was in the lineup so he could
Because
fight
he
him.
bats 130.
He wanted to fight him.
No, yeah. He said because when he pitched, he's like, because they suck. So he's
Yeah.
like, I want them at the ballpark that day, so I'm gonna
That's
kick their ass.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll send a car to make sure they're there so I
Yeah.
can beat him. It's
That's
incredible.
great.
I told you you'd love it. People don't say cocksucker enough anymore. Just my personal opinion. I think that's a funny old guy saying. I wish we still said it. Number 7. This isn't about a guest. This is about what happens when I leave my own podcast and the shenanigans that can ensue or the conversations they feel comfortable having. You wouldn't believe what happens when I leave this room. They know the cameras are rolling and they still do disrespectful bullshit like this. Enjoy. Wait, pause it real quick.
Well,
Can you pause it?
I mean, I can, but I can
Just do
also
it.
just cut it out, so I don't have to resync.
Okay, whatever's easier for you.
Yeah.
I got to do this right now.
Yeah.
I'm right upstairs just recording a podcast, but I just hit pause and I'll come downstairs right now.
This will be an outtake.
Yeah.
I'll keep. This is just like this won't be in the episode, but maybe this will be a clip for like social media.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
We could just talk shit about Jeff.
Yeah.
Everything we've always wanted to say, man.
Dude. Let's
Fuck.
take him over.
Fuck Jeff, man.
Yeah, let's
Fuck
draw
Jeff
a bunch
Dye.
of dicks in his notes.
Yeah, dicks. I'm gonna do that for real.
Hell yeah, dude. I love this. Oh, that's a terrible dick, dude. What's going on up here? Oh my God. Have you ever drawn a dick, bro? What are you doing?
No,
okay.
I've never
Okay.
drawn
You
it.
salvaged it. Are those pubes? Straight pubes. You're drawing straight pubes,
Dude, he
dude.
just shaved.
This is terrible. This is not a good. Yeah, this is terrible, man. Okay, you want me to?
Draw another dick, dude. Dueling dicks, bro. It's
You
like
took up all the space, dude.
Dude, there's plenty of paper. You can draw over his notes. Who gives a shit?
Oh man, that's terrible. I don't even want it.
We went different angles.
Got in the way.
I went like down under, looking
Yeah.
up angle. You went side angle.
And then I started circling a word. So let me try that again. Wait a minute.
All right.
That's how you do it, right there.
All right, cool.
Look at that. No hair. You know,
You guys,
classic.
you guys be the judge. Dick A or Dick?
no,
Dick's B.
don't disregard this one. This one doesn't count.
Okay, so
because-
Dick B.
Yeah.
Dick A or Dick B. You guys be
Yeah,
the judge.
dude.
Who drew the better dick?
And I would have. Look, size doesn't matter. Okay, guys. Don't judge. He took up all the space.
Dude, there's plenty of paper there. I took up less than half of the paper, so that gives
Yeah,
you at
but
least
there's
an
like-
opportunity to have an equal sized dick.
This is bullshit.
If not
There's
bigger.
zero free space on
All
that.
right. Just because there's words, you can just disregard the words. I did. See, look,
All right.
right there.
Round 2, we draw pussies. Okay. Like who?
Well, dude, that's not fair. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man, that was great.
Ugh.
But yeah,
That's good.
I can't wait to see his reaction of the dicks.
I know.
That's gonna be.
We might have to
so
keep
tight.
this whole thing in the episode now.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was a fun little banter of the
That'll be a special,
dick drawings.
special,
Oh hell yeah,
clip.
dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a thing about the size being the, because like,
But it's also just, it could be camera perspective.
yeah,
This could be really small.
Yeah.
It could just be super close up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yours could be just like a far away,
we could use Hollywood effects to
big,
you know.
huge dick, but that's
Yeah, see,
that's
but-
from across the room.
The other thing about yours is you have like, what perspective is that? Is that top balls?
That's
underside.
It's, yeah, you're like standing between their legs, shooting up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah. That's you're underside on the undercarriage.
yeah.
The car mechanic
Yeah.
view.
That's Gooch Cam.
Yeah. Gooch cam. Yeah. Just making content,
Don't worry,
bro.
we got this is not gonna be the episode, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna clip this out as like a special.
Special bonus.
Yeah, not in the episode, but
When the host leaves.
yeah.
Yeah. What would the show be without?
All right, let me just go to my notes here. It's very, very
We
elaborate.
wrote a bunch of words on there while you were gone.
Yeah, words. You read and write about as well as I used to.
Your notes were just dicks.
Yeah, that was me in school, just drawing.
Yeah. Yeah. Me
Wait,
too.
so we're talking about Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Are we in?
Yeah, no, we're in. Yeah.
Friendship.
It's a great debate when you draw dicks. You know, there's a lot of arguments about it. Sometimes people have only seen their own dick. Sometimes people have seen lots of dicks. Sometimes people have a weird looking dick. They think that's how all dicks look. So, you know, it's tricky. Number 6, Bill Dwyer. Bill, B-I-L, not 2 L's. Bill Dwyer, one of the funniest humans on planet Earth. Also a very talented actor and improv guy, but he's also a stand-up. But he's just funny in real life. He's got a goofy vernacular. He's a funny dude. I love this guy so much. He was one of the guests who brought his dog on the podcast. Jeannie Buss brought a dog. Jeremy Piven brought a dog. This guy brought his dog, and his dog got restless and just decided, let's have some fun.
Ugh. When he starts licking things, it really makes a noise. He's got a mouth on him. Like, it's crazy it's so big.
got
Like,
a big
if you
head.
saw his teeth, you'd go out of your mind. Like, I don't know who has the biggest teeth you know, but his are bigger.
These
Like,
are
who has the...
it's a
there's
lot of
some
ass
comic-
eating. It's like a university over there.
Oh, is he eating?
He's just going to town.
In fact,
Is he in shot?
It's
Tone?
even crazier than ass-eating university.
I hope you could. Hope so.
Goon, knock it off. All right.
He doesn't care.
Just pull his collar a bit, Tony. He
I'm not
doesn't need to.
I'm not getting involved
He
in
doesn't
this.
need to.
Get him out of
He
there.
doesn't need to work it so hard. That's all I'm saying, you know?
I'm
It's
not
like
going to get between him and his ass.
he's
That's
his
only
own.
that
He's
much.
his own girlfriend right now.
It's gone beyond self-medication. Now it's just,
Yeah.
you know, it's now he's
out
just
of order.
stuck.
It's out of order.
Yeah.
He needs
You
your
can
help.
only get so high.
You're helping him by pulling his
I
collar.
don't
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, you found my slipper.
Yeah.
He just brought it in. He was waiting for Tony to throw it. This dog
Sorry,
is
bud.
phenomenal.
Sorry, buddy.
He's never like chewed any of my shoes or anything.
They didn't
so.
chew it. Just brought it in like, hey, what's this
Well,
thing?
I wonder what would happen if I didn't take it from him. He
He's
might
like,
have chewed it.
I was in this other room and there's all this other stuff. You want,
Oh yeah.
look at that. That is going to be a great clip.
Just push him onto the leather couch.
Oh, he loves Tony. This is a lot. Oh, that ass mouth. Just going right to Tony's neck.
I forgot about the ass mouth.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. All
You're
right.
the best. What a legend. He's got worms or something.
No, he doesn't have worms.
Just so you know, get ready for a lawsuit, goon. Tony's going to file that rape case. Hashtag Me Too can happen to boys also. Boy on boy. So there you go. Number 5, we welcome in a sex therapist. Thought it'd be a good idea. Didn't know how uncomfortable it was going to make all of us talking about these subjects. Some people like Nikki Glazer and these other gals like in this business have no problem talking about sex and talking about all this vulnerable, intimate stuff like our guest Emily Morse. We were a little weird. Enjoy that. Okay, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
When the young people talk about eating ass,
Yeah.
what does that even mean?
What do you think it means?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
Analingus.
So they're using their tongue on someone's butthole.
Did you know only 20% of men come through analingus?
Is that true?
I'm just combining
Way
things
to
she
hold
said
on to
earlier.
a stat there. And
Yeah, I
Call that.
store things for no reason.
Yeah.
why is eating ass all our age?
Not why is it? I just don't know what it even means or what it looks
guess it
like or
means
how
like-
any of it.
What
I
it
know
looks
nothing
like.
I
about
think we have
it.
the internet on our phone.
It's the first sign of me getting old that I'm like, what?
You're like your
These
dad.
kids
gay
are doing
sex.
what to each other?
Right.
Yeah.
That dude
You
who comes
are
out
your
of there.
father.
Huh?
You are your father.
Yeah, I'm
you
the
see
new
eating-
version.
You're the new
Yeah,
version.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Your
when
father's
I'm
son.
very old, my kids will be, I cut her foot off and had sex
So you're
with the
having
stump.
kids.
You're like, what?
Right.
That's called a foot job, dude.
No, just for that
I
weird
get it for the
example.
joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I might have kids. I told you I'm open to. I
don't
don't know.
get the vasectomy. I know you might have kids. Analingus is when you lick you lick your partner's ass. You put
Wait,
your tongue
what?
in it after a shower. And
Has
you
this
clean.
always been a thing?
I think that 2017 was the year of analingus, anal licking.
Okay.
Wasn't that a podcast we called 2017 the year of anal licking?
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I believe
Lay it down.
that my butthole is probably hairy. That's gonna be a
Oh,
problem.
dude, we can fact check that. You don't have to believe it anymore.
Let's please not. Let's
Would that
please
make
not.
girls not want to do the anal thing to me?
I don't know.
Probably.
No, girls
Depends on
are
the girl,
not.
dude.
Would you not want to go? Would you go down on a girl if she had hair?
Yeah, but not her butt.
Not her butt.
Not
You
a
would want
butt
no
thing.
butt hair, right?
I don't want no butts. Nothing. I don't want.
You want no butt nothing.
I have a
It's
butt.
not-
Nothing. Is that a problem? Do you think
No.
that makes me closed-minded? That I want nothing to do with butts?
No. I think it's case by case basis. Some women do,
So
some
it's
women
okay.
don't.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, dude,
closed-butted,
you
but
do
not
you.
closed-minded.
So here's the thing. Some
people are
people
into
might
it.
say. Some people
Crushing
like
it.
DJ Khaled says, "Hey, I don't go down on my wife." Right?
Yeah,
You'd say that's a problem.
that is a problem.
Right. However, if I say I don't want to lick another person's butt, you're like, that's okay.
Yeah, if she's
It's
cool with it.
different though because for so many women that's the only way they can orgasm.
It'd be unfair.
And it's like kind of saying you don't like. What if a girl was like, "Nah, I don't do blowjobs. I won't put your dick in my mouth."
Right. I imagine there's some girls out there that are like that.
Yeah,
Well, I
there
can
are.
help Jeff.
And that's a problem.
Those girls, I tell the
That's
girls
a
the same
problem.
thing. That is a problem.
Good for
Unless
you.
you find a partner. No,
You're doing
it's,
the Lord's
it's
work.
50. I fucking am doing the Lord's work, dude. I am.
I believe that. I wasn't being silly.
If
I
you
know.
don't go down on a girl, it's like not using the turbo button in an NBA Jam, Jeff.
Yeah,
you
which-
know,
why
it
would
doesn't
you do
unlock
that?
all the
Right.
moves.
Why would you do that?
That's not the game we have behind.
Yeah, but he's making a great point. That's how I learned.
Exactly. You want to
I
use
should-
all the tools so you can get all the
Yeah,
dunks.
use all the fucking tools. But analingus is that is like a la
Stop
carte.
talking about it.
I know, dude. You,
You
brought it up.
I
Yeah, you're
just
the one that
see this.
brought it up.
I don't even like talking. But there's, I
Don't
don't even
You
like
what?
talking
keep
about it.
using the medical term.
I know. I don't know
Yeah.
why I can't help
Yeah.
it. I'm a doctor.
It sounds like you got to
It's
say it
really
like
hard
this.
to be like ass eating. I'm
Did
like
that-
analingus.
did that medical-
Analingus rolls off your tongue more than like
did-
ass.
Does it?
Did that
Not
medical
my
term?
tongue.
Did that?
Friendship.
Number 4, my fake movie wife, Anna Camp. What a delight to have her on the podcast. She was one of the earlier episodes, and we still talk about her all the time. She was just such a funny one. Last time we did a best of, she definitely made the cut. She's just funny, and she's sweet, and she's nice, and she's super talented, and she's blowing up right now. I mean, she was blowing up then too, but now more so than ever. Enjoy a nice, wholesome family story from Anna Camp.
They're so shiny. All of them are. Their chests are
Like,
so
that's
shiny.
how you know a girl's not turned on.
Do you clean them?
Oh, you little wrestling people. No, I think it's fine. Like that's
It's cute.
It's like
cute.
when girls. Oh, this made me so mad. I went to my dentist, and the girl that works the front desk.
The receptionist, which is what I did for a living.
Yeah,
for
one
a
of you.
year.
She had like a little visor
It's all
on.
coming.
No, she's wearing the front, and she goes. She hadn't seen me in probably like a decade because I've been going to the dentist forever. But I guess she's like a friend of the whoever owns this, so she's here and there, and probably went to college for whatever. So then she comes
Loser.
back.
What a
She's gone for a long time, and then she sees me. She goes, "You still doing your little comedy thing?" I don't get mad often. I was so my feelings were like crushed, and I this is how I replied. Oh, my little comedy thing? Yeah. Oh, my dreams? Yeah, I'm still doing those.
My hopes and my dreams.
Yeah. How condescending. You still doing your little bullshit college thing?
Oh my god! I would never say that to you. But if you look over there behind your shoulder,
The
these
tiny
people,
people.
are little. They are little. They are angry. It looks like you wax them
They're
or
not all
something. I don't
angry.
know what's going on.
Look how happy he looks. And
he
he's got
looks so miserable.
bling bling.
He's got some good gel going on in this
Oh,
front
yeah.
of his hair.
He's Puerto Rican. His name's Razor Ramon.
Who's your
No, it's
favorite
Cuban. He's
wrestler?
Cuban.
Is he? I thought he was supposed to be Puerto Rican.
I thought it was Cuba because he's like from Miami, Florida.
Ramon.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Ramon.
I don't know. It's not. He's not really.
He's not really.
He's really just from Florida. And
He's an actor.
he does a character. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all
He's
actors.
just an actor.
And at this time in wrestling, like it was very shticky.
I like how you're holding this little tiny man.
I
so
wanted the people to see it.
delicately. You're showing everyone
Look,
what
he does
his
a
arms
clothesline.
can do. Ooh, ow.
That didn't hurt
That
you.
hurt me from afar.
A true thespian.
I'm gonna start crying.
She sold it.
Ow.
Like if my niece,
You could be a wrestler.
I
You're
could
selling,
be.
if
selling
my
real
niece
well.
just came up to you and was like, "Bang!" I believe you'd be the lady that's say goodbye.
I randomly do that all the time. Though, if I hear like a car backfire and I'm just like walking in a parking lot, I'll be like, "Oh,
I love that.
hey, that's funny, right?
Yeah.
It makes you laugh. Why not?"
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything can be fun, even a random sound effect that you hear.
You just got to take it too far.
Yeah,
That's all. Yeah, exactly.
Like you have to take it too far.
yeah.
And
Well,
just, like, really
you've
dramatic.
seen all the things I own. I actually have said this on the pod a bunch, but I've never owned anything practical. Everything is preposterous. I have a motorcycle with a sidecar. I have scooters
You
for when
have
I'm
a
drunk. I have a couple
motorcycle?
fat scooters that I ride around the city, and if you see me on that, you know I'm going bar to bar. I have a big Jeep Wrangler with like 40-inch tires. It's like wearing cleats all day. People see it, they're like, how small is his penis? Because I just don't want a boring thing.
I respect that. I'm not judging. I'm like
Yeah.
happy that you embrace the things that you like and love, and you're not like ashamed of it, and you like go
But it's
for it. You
same
only
with
live
that,
once.
like same
That's
with
right.
that, like a car backfire. Just the idea going, ah!
I do that all the
so
time.
fun.
Yeah.
I think I learned that from my dad. My dad always does like really weird, kind of like funny things,
Yeah?
like growing up.
He
Yeah,
was a funny
definitely.
dad.
He was a very funny dad. He would like put on weird masks and like scare me and stuff like randomly.
That's
For
awesome.
Halloween, I remember I got so scared though. I got so mad because I can't believe I'm about to say this.
It's great.
I
Hot
can't.
take.
I can't believe I'm going to say this right now. Oh my God, I've never told anyone this. My dad is the only one that knows. I was standing there like about to make a phone call, and my dad came up and like with a mask at Halloween and like grabbed my ribs like this, and I got so scared I farted.
That is amazing.
We've all been there. Don't worry. We've all been there.
And I've never done that since, thank God.
Was he like,
He was
how
laughing.
did he reply? Oh, he thought it was the greatest?
hysterically, and
Yeah.
I was mortified. I mean, mortified.
Yeah, you're already upset because you get scared.
Yes.
Like the second after you get scared, you're like, you have a little bit of rage, and then you go to my dad, and I
Yeah.
love like logic comes
Logic
back.
comes back,
But
right?
for like a second, you're like, I hate whoever's doing this to me. But
then
then
if you-
add the
Oh.
fart noise.
You add the fart noise. You're a teenage girl. You are literally in the most
Vulnerable.
embarrassing moment of your whole life, and I will never forgive
Was
him for
anyone
that.
else there? Or was it just you and
No,
your dad?
it was just my mom was in the bathroom, like around the corner. You know what I mean, like hanging out. And I remember just being like, I never even admitted to farting in my life, and like the fact that my dad scared me so hard that I farted
Oh
while
my
he was wearing
God.
a crazy bald man vampire mask.
That's the best.
And it's hard to act mad after that moment like
Yeah.
that.
You have to be like, did you heard?
Yeah, you can't get mad at him
Yeah.
because you've lost all your power.
Oh, yeah.
You've completely farted it all away.
You hope that he just didn't hear it in that mask.
yes,
Maybe my screen covered the fart.
totally.
So many thoughts.
Oh God,
Oh,
humiliation
goodness.
at its finest.
Number 3. This was a tough one for me because number 3 is this is the third best clip, I would say, or like interesting that we could figure out. But most importantly, he was one of my favorite guests. So he's number 1 in my heart, but number 3 on the top 10. Enjoy a fun story from the world famous San Diego Chicken. Something you might not know about him. Even Ted Turner hired you at one point to come out over there. He wanted you to be like theirs, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to say, Ted Turner put me on the map in 1978. He approached the Padres and literally asked if he could trade for me.
Yeah.
They
How
offered a
crazy is
backup
that?
catcher. Ted Turner offered a backup. Biff Pocaroba was his name.
That poor
to be-
bastard. Don't even say his name. I feel bad for him. That's his claim to fame too, unfortunately, but it's not a fame that he wants.
Yeah. It's like the guy who gave up the home run to Hank Aaron to like
Yeah.
set the record. Like that's what he's known for.
Right. And also, like, the San Diego Chicken is incredibly legendary. But no disrespect, you got no hits, you got no hitters, and this guy's like, hey, I'm a real ball player. And they're like, well,
Ah,
the
we want the
chicken's
chicken.
killing it.
We want the chicken.
We want the chicken. You're out of here.
And it was Ballard Smith, the president of the team, that had to explain to Ted Turner, he's not ours to swap, believe it or
Right.
not. He's just a radio station kid that shows up to all our games every night. So Turner did an end around. And he flew me into Atlanta for a game, and in the middle of the game, that's where he called for me to come and visit him to his seats, which were right behind the dugout. He didn't sit in the suite boxes. He always sat
He loves
behind the
baseball,
dugout.
which I love that about him.
And right there's video of it. He's making his pitch to me to come to Atlanta. And he even had a business card written up.
Oh,
and
wow.
at the time, for a kid making $2 an hour, he wrote on his business card, for my pal, Ted Giannoulis, my name in real life. And he says, $50,000. And he hands it over to me and says, that's our contract. You start tomorrow. That was mind blowing.
Yeah.
Of course, when I took a few days to think about it, it got raised to 100,000.
Oh, boy.
And so that was added pressure, and then it broke in the San Diego media that I was considering
And then
it.
they got all mad.
They got, and I decided to stay. The outpouring of emotion was that strong in San Diego.
Wow.
And so, it was front page news.
Yeah.
That's
Above the
also
fold.
what a great lesson for loyalty.
Yeah.
You weren't even being loyal to a team that was paying you a lot. It's not like you weren't being loyal. You were being loyal to like, this is going to be bad for me. This is going to be bad for the city. I should probably stay true to a city who's paying me $2 an hour. You never see that nowadays.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
You know, fellows, I got to tell you, sometimes you go through life and you wonder if you have an impact. And there was a moment there that I had to come to grips. I said, I could go with Ted Turner, and he was telling me, you're going to have your own TV show.
Nice.
You're going to have merchandising. You're going to travel around the world. I'm going to make you huge. And I believed it. And I was a Ted Turner fan at the time. But then when you saw the outpouring of emotion, the editorials that were on television, and fans writing letters, and the interviews, and the pleas that to stay, it made you think, wow, it's something so irrelevant means so much to so many people here in town. So I couldn't, believe it or not, I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. I stayed with my heart rather than my head.
Yeah.
And it still worked out for me, but I always think to this day, and it never escapes me, what might have been had I gone with Ted Turner at the time. And he was a big believer in what I did.
They could have turned on you though. That little move could have been detrimental.
You never know, but that's a good point.
Because people would have said, well, then forget it. Then if this guy's just going to jump around to wherever, forget it. Like that might have saved the spirit of the chicken.
And that's the whole idea. I mean, San Diego taught me, hey, you were raised with our laughter in our grandstand.
Yeah.
You belong to us, And Ray Kroc always he was the owner of the Padres. And he was the founder of McDonald's, as you know.
Yeah.
But he always said something about the
edgy
team.
movie.
He always said something about his team that I had to also adopt as well. He said, the team might be privately owned, but it's publicly held.
Mm.
And I got to thinking, in a way, that spirit really, I guess, shines on me as well.
Absolutely.
At the time, the character may have been owned by someone else, but it's held by the public.
I love that idea. I'm gonna write that down. That's a good way to think about a lot of things in sports culture. Because Tony, a guy like Tony, he'd have just taken the money. That's what Tony would have done.
Hey,
real scoundrel. This guy, it's all he cares about.
Friendship.
Coming in at number 2, one of the most frequented friends on this podcast, JC Carias, shares a great story about wrecking his car and the madness that ensued and the fear he put on his loved ones and himself when he came to. Enjoy JC Carias' world-famous car wreck story. And when I say world-famous, I mean just our little world.
Yeah, I wrecked my car. We threw a party at my house for my buddy's 21st birthday. I got so shit-faced. My buddies were all everyone was jumping in the pool, and they were like, JC, we're jumping in the pool. And I was sitting on the couch trying to change the channel on the TV. But when we throw a party, we'd take all the cable boxes and everything out. So it was just flipping from blue channel to blue channel.
Say, what the hell's wrong with this thing?
Angry at the TV. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm trying to figure this out. That's the last thing they heard from me. They came back. I'm gone.
Really?
I woke up in a field 30 miles from the house. With no pants on,
just in the
no
woods,
pants, no boxers, no shoes, no socks.
Wait, like literal naked?
Literal, not naked. No, I had a shirt on like this and a shirt on like this.
That's amazing.
T-shirt and a flannel.
So I was just Donald Ducking it.
Yeah, but you don't know why.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember what happened, but I found out why.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
What did Winnie the Pooh do?
So I got up and I was like, the sun's like it's not risen yet, but like it's at like cusp of daylight, but everything's still pitch black and I can't see anything. But I'm in a field. I know that. I'm damp. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep.
The morning dew.
That's what happened. Yeah. That's what I'm calling on it. And I'm in a full panic because I'm like, what the fuck? what's happening?
Yeah.
I wake up, because you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm wet, I'm outside,
Yeah.
my dick's out.
Who's she?
Everything's bad.
Why is he here?
Everything's bad. But I felt like they were animals. I could feel them moving. So I just got up and started running. Just running.
This is a field, though, not like a park.
No, a field.
Okay,
like
a field.
and so I found out it was clearly like a place where they kept animals because I ran into a chicken wire fence.
Oh,
I didn't run into it. Like I ran and saw it and I climbed it, cut my hands and feet up.
Yeah.
So my hands and feet are bleeding now. I run into another chicken wire fence. I climbed that one. More cuts, more blood. I get to an enormous fence with a big wooden, like it looked like the fence for fucking Jurassic Park. And in my head I went, there's something gigantic back here that they're trying to keep away from the road. I need to climb this fence. So there's like big log sections of it. So I climb up the side of it, and it takes me fucking forever because I'm still shit faced
And
I'm
bleeding.
like thrown out and I'm bleeding. I get to the top, I like straddle myself on the top, and I'm like, the hard part's over.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. I swing my leg over, fall the fuck off. That's like a 6 foot tall fence, easy, like whack, and I hit like a mud patch and. I let out a noise that will never leave me. It was like, ah! And I just started crying. So I'm crying, I'm covered in blood and mud, and I roll over and I see the road and I just start kind of half dragging myself, but like still wind knocked out of me. I'm like, like dragging myself. I compose myself.
If a car pulled over and tried to help you, you'd be like, I have as many questions as you.
Dude, I got out to the road. And cars are driving past.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like,
they're speeding up.
I'm like, this is what I got to do. I take off this shirt,
the doors.
like a top shirt. I take it off and I wrap it around my
Smart.
waist
Yeah,
to make like a skirt situation. And then I'm just trying to wave cars, but I'm covered in blood. No one's stopping. Just leaving me
I hate
behind.
to say it. They'd be
Just
like,
whoosh. Like
he can overpower us.
Whatever that guy was doing to someone, we don't want it to happen to us. Or whatever's happening to him, we don't want it to happen to us. So I decide the only way someone's going to stop is like get in the middle of the road. So I get in the middle of the road. I full on road warrior it. I'm just walking straight at traffic. A minivan pulls over. It's a nurse. She's in like scrubs. She rolls her window down like an inch. And she's like, stay on the other side of the fucking road. Like, do not come near this car. I've already called the cops. Really? And I'm like, that's who I need. I need the cops. They need to be here now.
That's just funny that you think that she's kind of like, oh, nurse is gonna help me. She's like,
Nope.
stay away.
She's like, get the fuck away from me. She waited like 5-10 minutes and then peeled off. Cops show up. First thing they do, handcuffs.
Of course.
Right away. Straight to
Because
handcuffs.
even the cops are like, he can overpower us.
Handcuffs. Then they start searching me, which makes my t-shirt skirt fall off.
no.
So now I'm just fucking, you know.
He's
like,
been hiding a cock.
there it is. What is that? Contraband? Oh, God. So this guy, he's fucking searching me. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're looking for.
Right.
Like, I don't have anything.
Bath salts.
They're like, how'd you get out here? I'm like, I don't know how I got out here. They were like, where were you at? I was like, I was at a party at my house. They're like, would your buddies have taken your pants and thrown you out here? And I was like, possibly. Like,
My friends are not good people.
So then, like, they just put me in the back of the squad car. They're there for a while. And then they're like, all right, we're going to take you back. So they drive me back to
would
my
your
apartment
friends have
complex.
done something as unethical as strip you down and put you in a field? You're like, yes.
Yes, there's a good chance.
Do you have enough friends to have brought you here?
It was a party, so there was plenty of them. There was enough guys that someone could have dragged me in the state I was.
And then at the point of this, you found the car?
No, so I get back to my apartment complex. It is now 8 a.m. It's a Tuesday morning.
What day was the
Everyone
party?
is going to class.
I love you so much.
I'm let out of a police squad car, naked
Bleeding.
from the waist down, with my shirt slumped over my shoulder.
You're like, why did you take us
Covered
to
in
that party?
blood and mud.
Yeah.
And they unhandcuffed me, and the guys are like, all right, man, get the fuck out of here. And I just wander back, like literally holding my shirt over my cock.
Yeah.
And I knock on the door, and I'm like, hey guys, I need to get in.
I don't have my keys.
I don't have anything. Yeah. My roommate at the time opens the door, and he's like, what the fuck happened to you? And I'm like, I don't know. What the fuck happened to me? And he's like, well, we came back to the apartment, and your car was gone. And I was like, uh-oh. So then I was like, clearly I took my car.
Oh my gosh.
No question. Like, my roommates were like, could someone have stolen it? And I'm like, no one stole that except for the monster who was controlling my brain.
werewolf.
Yeah.
Right. So the first thing I did being a genius, I reported I guess now it's past. It's past. I don't think I can get in trouble for it anymore. So I reported the car. I reported the car stolen.
Good.
Yeah, and then they found it like 2.5 weeks later. What had happened was at the party, I was being an asshole. I was walking up to people, taking red Solo cups out of their hand and slamming the beer. I would just be like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Take the beer, slam it. And one of my idiot friends had smashed up a bunch of Xanax into his beer to drug himself. And I slammed that beer and then kept drinking.
Oh, well.
And then no one let me know. So shit. And then I'm on however many Xanax. And then I got into my car.
If you ask me.
I got my punishment.
You're not a bad guy. You did your time.
So what happened was, I guess in the stupor, I got in my car. I started driving it to who knows where. And then I wrecked it. I fucking smashed it into 6 trees.
God. Thank God you're
destroyed
alive.
the car.
Yeah.
Like wrecked it.
Probably panicked from that.
And who knows? I don't know. So when
ran into the
here's
field.
the thing. I didn't know what happened to the car. We got a call from the state troopers and they found it. We go to the garage where they're like, "Oh, where's it?" Like, oh, cool. Can I come pick it up? And they're like, "No, there's nothing left of it." And I was
you
like,
could grab your pants.
I was like, nothing left. So I go with my girlfriend at the time and my mom to go pick the car up. And when we got there, there was no front end.
You're kidding.
Like the whole front end was smashed by trees, and then the trees had fallen on it and smashed the top in. So it looked like it got compacted. So all that was really intact was the trunk.
Right.
No sign of my pants. No sign of my shoes.
Man, I think you really are a werewolf.
Boxers.
And that's how you got out of there, and that's why you had no clothes, because you
how did you not have a broken leg?
Ripped your pants off.
Literally gather out my books from this fucking car. I'm in college. And then I have the worst car ride of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
With my mom and my ex-girlfriend.
But are you still sticking to the script with your mom and your girlfriend that the car was stolen?
They knew what happened.
They knew.
They knew for sure.
Yeah.
That was just with the authorities.
So you had to be like at the cops like, "Man, I'm surprised I'm alive."
Well, that's what happened.
I'm surprised he's
when we
alive.
when we walked up, the first thing the dude said who found the car was like, "We had $100 bet that we'd find a dead body in it."
Oh my God.
And then that started the waterworks on both of those ladies.
Yeah,
I was with.
yeah, for sure.
Jesus.
They're like, "We're just so empathetic to criminals."
Yeah, it was just like, I mean, I wasn't, the cops aren't there. It's the fucking tow truck dude. So who gives a shit?
Jeepers.
They reamed me the whole fucking car ride back. What, you're a fucking idiot. He is a fucking idiot. Like tag team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like,
tough love.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. And then the running gag that I had throughout college was that if there's ever a point where I'm going to die, what happens is that I would disappear. My shoes, socks, pants, and underwear would just fall there.
Like a Jedi.
And I'd appear in that field again.
That'd be amazing.
That was
Like a video game.
I'd always end up in that field. Like, oh!
Yeah.
That's one cool thing about college life or like fraternity life or even being a comedian or just being like a fun, wild guy.
Yeah.
Is that those kind of things make you sort of a legend.
Right.
So then you go back
Instead of
wait till you hear what he did.
Exactly.
There's
Instead
no
of like,
shame.
This piece of shit got into his car, blackout drunk.
You're like, don't I rule? Coming in number 1, this was not only one of our favorite moments, but I've shared this a lot on my Instagram, and also the world shared it. It's definitely the most viewed Jeff Dye Friendship clip. So much viewed that it went viral, and people didn't even know it was on my podcast. But enjoy. Freddie Prinze Jr. recently had a birthday. Happy birthday. Last week was his birthday. Freddie Prinze Jr. lays it down, lays the smacketh down on these Star Wars fans. And not all of them. He loves Star Wars fans. But he lays the smack down on this snobby, argumentative, contrarian Star Wars fans. So enjoy that.
I did a Star Wars cartoon, so even I get hate from Star Wars fans when I'm like, look, dog, you're just mad the franchise isn't aging with you.
Right.
But that ain't how it works. The first one was for fucking kids.
Right. Yep.
The second 3 were for different fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is for kids. You're just pissed off that Han Solo gave the fucking Millennium Falcon to a girl.
Yeah.
That's it. Because Luke Skywalker's Cinderella. Or Sleeping Beauty, okay? He can talk to things that don't speak English and understands what they're fucking saying. He gets a fairy godfather instead of a fairy godmother who teaches him how to be the best Jedi in the world in no time fucking flat. And everybody, like, I know more about the Force than most people because Dave Filoni taught me and George Lucas taught him. And all these video games have fucked people up on what the Force is. Like, Luke's skill doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses.
Right.
The Emperor doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses. The Force dictates who wins or loses based on balance. And here's the quick version on how to explain it to all these people who fucking think they get to decide. In the first if you want to do this like time-wise, Palpatine, you would say, and Yoda are the smartest two. Palpatine clearly smarter because Yoda was blind to the power of the dark side and the seduction of Anakin. So let's talk about the seduction of Anakin fucking Skywalker for a second. If the Emperor is the smartest dude in the universe and knows that the Force dictates this, if he kills who he sees as a rival, Anakin, then he knows the Force is just going to fucking correct that because the Emperor knows this. These are George Lucas's words, not mine. So fuck you if you disagree with me. Straight up, this is information, not affirmation time. Straight up, man. So the Emperor knows that. So instead of killing Anakin, what does he do? He seduces Anakin to double the strength of the dark side. So then what does the Force do?
Balance.
It balances us. How? It gives us twins, Luke and Leia, 2 and fucking 2. Balance. And if you look at the movie through just that simple perspective, you will not only know why every single bad guy loses and every single good guy loses, you'll know who's going to win and lose in the next fucking movies. I can tell you, I just don't want to wreck it. People bitch about the dumbest shit like it's archetype characters. This is George Lucas's words. There is no Jack Bauer in Star Wars. That character doesn't exist. It's not Han Solo. Han Solo's a reluctant hero, okay? He's a reluctant hero. That's the archetype. Darth Maul, who everybody wants to win, and he's everyone's favorite because he looks sick and he's great in the video games.
He does look cool.
Fuck you guys. He's Sisyphus. He is born to fail. Learn your Greek mythology like, I don't know, George fucking Lucas did. He's cursed to roll a boulder up the hill only to have it roll to the bottom again every single time for eternity.
Yes.
That is Darth Maul's quest.
Yes.
He's in on the joke, you guys. He knows it. He's just cursed to live that life. Again, not my opinion, George Lucas's. So go fuck yourself if you disagree. You don't get to level up in the Star Wars world. That's a fucking video game. There's no such thing as a gray Jedi. Qui-Gon even says, I turn towards the light because it's there. There's no gray. That's pretend fan fiction shit, which is cool, but don't try to canonize it because it doesn't work. And I'm never going to buy it ever. Star Wars is for fucking kids. Sorry. I'm sorry, man.
That was incredible.
Beautiful.
Friendship.
There you go, you guys. This has been the Top 10. Thank you for giving us 100 weeks. Maybe some of you only been with us for a few weeks. Take a gander back in the old catalog of episodes. Go watch those. Some really fun and great stuff there. Also, we're going to be making a lot more. I hope to someday have you come up to me and say, I've seen every episode. I follow you every week. We love it. We love feeling part of your friends and your life. And we love having you. If you watch these each week on Patreon, we can't thank you enough. If you'd like to, go to patreon.com/JeffDye. It's $10 a month, which we know is a lot, but you're helping us out a lot. You also get free stand-up comedy club tickets to wherever you show up. If you can prove if you show me your Patreon subscriber, you get free tickets. You can message me anytime you want, and I will reply, and you're in the friend circle. That's how that works. You get everything before everyone else. When my album comes out, you'll get that first. When my baseball card comes out, you'll get that first. So a little exclusivity there. But we do love all you guys. We thank you guys so much. And if you just don't want to pay anything, go to iTunes and subscribe. Just tell someone about our podcast. We'd love that because we love you guys. Keep sharing. Keep being cool. Keep loving. Peace.